Hey, hello, I'm Kråkan, also known as Corvus Cornix. Welcome to Classic Movie Rambles, where I talk about old movies that I found in my closet while cleaning. This week's movie is Star Trek Nemesis, and it's about 1 hour and 51 minutes long. And it starts with a senator hearing on the planet of Romulus, where there are politicians disagreeing on things like politicians do, and that leads into a virus bomb which kills off the politicians altogether. And sometime later, there is a wedding between Deanna Troi and William Riker, and Captain Picard is having this speech, wishing them well luck and so on, and that leads into the android Data having this musical singing number. And sometime later, the crew is out on a mission. They find this positronic signatures on a planet, which is the same signature that Data has in his system because he's an android. And they go down to the surface to investigate the signals, and they find parts of another android, which is very similar looking to Data. And they pick up the pieces, and that leads into a chase. But they manage to get out of there in one piece, and that leads into a diplomatic mission on Romulus. And so Data tries to transfer his data into the newly built android from the scrap parts that they found on the planet, and of course it doesn't work. And so some of the Enterprise crew goes down to the planet below to talk to a character called Shinsar, which turns out is a clone of Picard for some reason, and that freaks out Captain Picard, of course. And then Shinsar and Luke talk about peace, which is kind of weird because there's been this war between the Romulans and the Federation for a very long time. It's kind of convoluted to explain, but they're basically like a standstill at this point. And meanwhile, this android built from the scraps called B4 actually hacks into the Enterprise computer and teleports to the enemy vessels. And then, of course, it's revealed that Shinsar is not actually a good guy at all, and Picard gets captured, and Data goes on board, posing as B4, and manages to rescue Picard, and then the Enterprise try to figure out a plan on what to do next. But then the Enterprise get attacked in warp by the Shinsar ship, and the Enterprise actually get help from the Romulans because there's like a deserter helping them out. And that leads to the Enterprise getting boarded and Picard actually ramming the Enterprise into the enemy ship because it's like a surprise attack. Jean-Luc transports to the enemy ships to take care of Shinsar himself and the virus, I guess, and Data follows him in his heels, I guess you say. So Picard fights Shinsar, and Picard is actually teleported off the ship, and Data actually destroys the virus and everything, destroying him and the ship and everything with it. And it's kind of a sad way to end the movie, actually. So the main, or the last shot of the movie is actually the Enterprise being rebuilt, and yeah, that's the end of the movie. So what did I think about this movie? I actually enjoyed it for what it is. It's a bit of an old movie. I actually got my ass out of the wagon and went to the flea market and picked up a couple of DVDs. I've been talking about it for a very long time, but now I finally did it. I picked up a bunch of DVDs and actually enjoyed it. This DVD also has some good special features on it. Well, the director is talking about his vision for Star Trek, and he says like it is the best Star Trek movie of all time, but I don't really believe that because there's a lot of more things to Star Trek nowadays, but back then it probably was the best movie they could have made with the budget and everything with the special effects. But it's an okay movie, and I think it holds up. I'm also a little bit biased because I'm nostalgic as I watch the Next Generation and Voyager and stuff like that, so I might be biased. Yeah, I am. But anyway, thanks for listening and or watching, and take care.